today's disappointing jobs report. The U.S. added 194,000 jobs in September, well short of what analysts were expecting. The unemployment rate ticked down, but that's mostly because fewer people were looking for work. Not exactly good news. President Biden talked about the numbers earlier this morning.
The jobs numbers also remind us that we have important work ahead of us and important investments we need to make. America is still the largest economy in the world. We still have the most productive workers and the most innovative minds in the world. But we risk losing our edge as a nation if we don't move.
Joining us with more now, ABC News business correspondent, Deidre Bolton. So, Deidre, much weaker than expected. Why?
Well, one of the big parts of this weakness, Kira, was really in state and local hiring, government hiring, if you like. And a lot of that is a bit of seasonally adjusted data, but a lot of it is that many states and cities just didn't hire as many teachers as they did before. And there still is this focus with fewer teachers on in-person learning. So that was really the biggest chunk. I do want to highlight a silver lining, though, in today's data. Even though the September hiring was less, significantly less, pretty much half of what most economists had expected, the data for July and August, both of those months were revised higher. So what that shows us is that before the Delta variant appeared and really began to kind of get in the mix, we did see slow and steady hiring. So overall, if you look at today's data in the context of a 3-month view, it's not that bad, Kira.
Well, we also mentioned the number of people looking for work dropped. A number of reasons as to why that's important, right?
A number of reasons why that's important. I mean, we have to keep in mind that the government does these surveys in the first half of the month. That is really when this COVID Delta variant was surging. So they ask people, are you looking for work right now? A lot of people obviously answered no. Therefore, that labor force participation rate lower, it ticked down, to your point, from the previous month, and it is really well below the pandemic level. Now, when I reached out to sources saying, why do you think this is? A lot of people said, listen, some schools in some areas were not yet up to speed. Also, you had some daycares, some child care centers, which are not quite yet up to speed. And I just want to signal, in case, it's kind of difficult to talk about these things in general, but precisely there were 39 states where there were schools closed on average just for 6 days, but they were closed all the same. So someone who is responsible for childcare, that would affect his or her decisions in applying for work, Kira.
So a few months ago, claims from politicians that enhanced unemployment benefits were making it harder for companies to hire. So now that those have expired, were those claims actually accurate?
It does not seem as if that really affected the workforce all that much. The concerns that have been borne out through the data are really about the factors that we have been talking about. So that is to say, people being reticent to go into situations where they feel like their own health is compromised, or perhaps they are living with someone who is immunocompromised. The childcare issue weighs and looms large for so many Americans. Many economists that I spoke with today say that is really key. And then, of course, as we have been talking about for the past year and a half, really the economy is the virus is the economy, and that Delta variant really skewed a lot of the way that we all behave, Kira.
Deidre Bolton, we'll continue to follow the numbers. It's definitely been a tough year. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.